Try to compare them with their 10-year averages, and as compared to that, most of the stocks are trading at a slight premium or largely in line with their 10-year average valuations.
All right, Mangalam, thanks very much for that. Abneesh Roy is Executive Director at Nuvama Institutional Equities. He's joining in. That's a fantastic wrap, Abneesh, from Mangalam, outlining what expectations are like. As an analyst, when clients ask you, and more, let me make that even more interesting. If when hedge fund clients ask you what is the best way to play, results, earnings for in that space, the consumer space, what do you tell them? What's the name which stands out?
Yeah, thanks. Definitely this quarter, Nestle, Tata Consumer, and Varun Beverages will stand out. These three companies will see double-digit sales growth driven by volume growth and some bit of pricing, definitely, and double-digit EBITDA growth. The mid-tier performance will be from a lot of the other companies like Hindustan, Unilever, ITC, Dabur, Colgate, Imami, etc. And muted performance, so essentially weak performance, will be from Britannia, Marico, Bajaj Consumer. What we have seen is three things have happened this quarter. One, of course, because of the El Nino, August saw 36% deficit. So rural demand is weaker than urban demand for most of the companies. And we have also seen, for example, urban-focused retailers, for example, see better numbers. So Nykaa, D-Mart, Titan, etc., Kalyan, good numbers. Even for FMCG, second issue has been the festival demand shift, which will come back in Q3. For example, Asian Paints strong margin recovery this quarter, but volumes will be weak. But we expect that in Q3, all paint companies should see double-digit volume and double-digit sales growth, definitely. And third, of course, is local players have come back in biscuits, soaps, hair oils, edible oils because of the commodity deflation. So overall, Q2, it's a challenge in terms of demand. Some better recovery we do expect in Q3, Q4. And government stimulus programs because of the elections, that I would say will be a key monitorable. In terms of United Spirits, also the trends will be weaker in Q2 because of the Karnataka impact and festival shift, Adhik Maas, etc.
Abneesh, morning. One of the stocks you're underweight on or you're cautious on is Britannia, as you mentioned. Last quarter, the company reported not just a flat volume growth, but they also talked about how local competition has intensified quite a bit for them, and that is what put pressure on their operational performance. Has there been any relief on that front, and what is your target price now on the stock?
No, Britannia, in fact, Q2 will be even weaker than the earlier quarter trends because it's a high base. Plus, we have seen because of the palm oil deflation, local players have come back. They're adding gramme. They're giving a lot of price offs. This is a transitory mode. We would expect Britannia to come back in the Q3, Q4 with better numbers. We have a buy on Britannia from a one-year perspective. But yes, from a Q2 perspective, clearly Britannia will see slight normalization of margins also. In the previous 2-3 quarters, Britannia has seen good margin recovery on YOY basis. Slight recovery will still be there, but now it will be more of a measured improvement in margins. But yes, volumes and sales, Britannia should be muted. High base plus local players impact continues.
All right. Hi, Abneesh. Good morning. What about HUL? That's again going through a phase of relative underperformance. If I look at HUL and say the Nifty or even the FMCG index itself, that's been a relative underperformer. It's gone through these phases in the past and then it bounces back in style. What's the current call at around this 2,500 rupees odd?
So yes, the downside is clearly limited. El Nino impact has definitely made it challenging for most companies. HUL has got 40% salience towards rural, which is on the higher side. We have also seen competition increase in soap, detergent, and in foods. In the Horlicks part of the portfolio, we have also seen demand slowdown continue and inflationary pressure is also there. So currently, we'll prefer Nestle, Tata Consumer, Godrej Consumer, Varun Beverages, Colgate, etc. over a Hindustan Unilever. Hindustan Unilever will be more of a one-year call one would have to take. If El Nino wouldn't have been there and if food would not have again become inflationary, HUL could have played out. But that has become delayed because of these two factors, I would say.
Okay.
Got it. Abneesh, your thoughts on Nykaa specifically, I think you briefly alluded to it. Again, huge underperformer. Is there any sense in looking at this in a constructive way or not yet?
I would say yes, because in Q2, beauty and personal care also did quite well, 19-20% growth. Fashion was the key positive surprise. So what we are seeing is clearly a lot of the other competitors, e-commerce, etc., are focusing on more profitable, sustainable growth. So I would say, yes, clearly Q2 is looking good. Now in Q3, sustainability needs to be seen, and festival demand should definitely help. This time, festival demand has fully shifted to Q3. So I would say that, yes, Nykaa looking interesting because of the Q2 update. And that's what is common to a lot of the other retailers in Q2. Urban-focused companies have done better. So Titan, Kalyan, DMart, all have actually done a bit better than initial expectation. And that's true for Nykaa also. So Nykaa stock, sustainability remains a question mark. So fashion especially. But yeah, Q2 is a good performance and stock should do well in the near term because of that.
Okay, and now we're heading into festive season as well, right? So Nykaa Fashion perhaps could perk up in terms of sales. Do you track Zomato?
No, that's done by our e-commerce team.
Okay, okay. Any other stocks that you track that, you forgot to mention or you want to mention where there is perhaps scope for further growth?
Yeah, I think broader consumption, we continue to like PVR, Z, Sun TV. Those three continue to gain because of the festival advertising spends also, and definitely consumer companies are investing more. United Spirits, although Q2 growth trends will be a bit weak, because of the FTA, UK FTA trade agreement likely at the end of this month, a lot of news flow that UK Prime Minister is coming. I think that will be positive for United Spirits definitely if that deal happens. So that stock should do well if that deal happens.
Okay, and that's going to be a big one if it happens. Thanks very much, Abneesh. Appreciate you joining in and running us through all of that, as always. Lakshmi Organics, by the way, I just want to pull that name up, is the top volume-led gainer now. I don't know if there's any news flow here, but Lakshmi Organics, 9%